In the supplier category is this gentleman. Raised on a dairy farm near Marion, Indiana, our honoree says, as long as I can remember, I was in the building business. His father operated both the farm and his own construction business in the rural community, building everything from houses to barns to corn cribs. He remembers as a 5-year-old going on job sites with his dad and carrying nails and taking naps in the truck. It was a hard life, but a good life, and a life he chose to continue into adulthood, with one difference. He liked sales. He started on the counter at Wicks Lumber in Elwood, Indiana after the Army. He also worked at H&P as the company's first ever sales representative. He joined McElroy Metal in 1987 and in 1994 became a regional manager working out of the Marshall, Michigan office. Then about 6 years ago, McElroy posed a challenge to their sales team at a meeting at the headquarters in Bossier City, Louisiana. Develop a light gauge post-frame panel that's new and different and better. Our honoree took the challenge. On the airplane trip back home to Michigan, he began to refine his ideas and eventually drew up the plans for a panel with an invisible lap. His ultimate goal was to make a metal building look like a one-piece building. He took his drawings back to headquarters a few weeks later and presented it to the owners, and Mesa Panel was born. It was so unique, it won patent approval in 2006. He has more ideas, and they too are being explored. Throughout the years, our award winner has been a strong and vocal advocate of post-frame construction. In fact, he attended some of the first meetings of the future NFBA ever held back in the 1970s when it was just a group of guys meeting at Purdue University, discovering the need for an organization to further their goals. He would later serve as a member of the NFBA Board of Directors. In addition to his work, our award winner is also a father and husband. He and his wife Carol have 5 children: Big Kevin, Kent, Kathy, Jason, and Little Kevin. I would like now to introduce you to the recipient of the Hall of Fame Award in the supplier category, Rick Bragg.
Kenneth, I appreciate your, wow, this is quite an honor. 38 years ago, I applied for a job with H&P Industries in Plymouth, Indiana, and I didn't have a clue what was going to happen for 38 years. It was the beginning of a great adventure for me. The first meetings we had were in Purdue University. I think there was about half a dozen guys there. And 3 of the guys that stood out in my mind were Freeman Burkholder from Burkholder Buildings, Ed Baylor Sr. from the FBI Buildings, and Jim Pico. He was one of the owners of H&P. He was the P of H&P. And it's like it happened yesterday, because the passion those guys had was that we need to take our buildings from back behind the house out on Main Street. We can do commercial buildings. We can be recognized as a major way to build buildings. At that time, we weren't really recognized, and most of the municipals didn't really recognize it as a way to build. Well, I saw today some of the most unique, coolest buildings in the world that are on Main Street. A couple of those guys have passed away, and I'm real confident that there'll be a big smile on their face just seeing what you guys have done. There's a couple things that I want to share with you that are important to me about this industry. A man's word and his handshake is still good. In 2011, it's still good in our industry. There's a lot of deals made on a man's word and a handshake over a cup of coffee yet today. And as you know, that's kind of rare in this business world, that not all industries have that privilege. And I'm not to say that there's not contracts and legalities, and we know that. But that's kind of beside the point in a lot of cases. I know there's a lot of buildings sold, and a lot of buildings built just over a handshake. And let's get her done. That's still really neat. Second blessing that's happened for me is some of my best customers are my best friends. Some of them are here today, thank you. Not everybody can say that in their career. I've made some really good friends, and they're really good customers, and that's pretty neat. I would like to thank Rule Voters for this privilege of having this award. It's a really neat thing for our industry. Some of the people, my wife's here, Carol. Thank you, Carol, for me being gone for 38 years to these shows. And I would like to thank whoever nominated for this award and also who voted for me for this award. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank McElroy for the opportunity to work these shows. This is my 23rd one, Tim. You and I have been together for 23 years on these shows. And it's been a real fun thing for me. Because guys, you're working with a bunch of people that are the roots of America. I believe that with my heart. Thank you.